These people are all here for you. You realize that?
No.
They want to hear your outtake on the Wolverine and the X-Men cartoon series or animated series.
I watched it. I've watched up to episode 13, which I think is the last one that came out, and it is by far one of the best new versions of X-Men I've ever seen. I really liked it. It's made by Marvel Studios, which I was kind of like, is this going to be like a plug for the movie? Is this what are they going to do?
Hit or miss.
But honestly, it actually delves away from a lot of the movie stuff. I mean, they kind of conformed a bit because Wolverine, he's kind of wearing Hugh Jackman's shirt and the jeans and all that stuff. But I don't know, I really liked it. They brought in some Civil War stuff because it has to do with the Registration Act and policing mutants and the MRD, and I really, 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 really liked it. And I like how Magneto isn't, well, I don't want to ruin anything because I really want people to watch it, and I really don't want to give away any spoilers because honestly, every twist and every, they really take their time. I mean, you see signs of Genosha and stuff, but you don't find out what that is until episodes way and way later. And all you see is Magneto, this is a place for peace for mutants to come to, and you don't know if he's good, you don't know if he's bad, you don't know if he's anything. And what I really, really like though is that the Brotherhood aren't immediately the bad guys. They kind of just stand for the mutants who just don't believe that the government will ever accept them, and they believe they're just standing up for themselves. And then you have Wolverine who's running the X-Men, and that obviously is the philosophy that they do feel the government can.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think it's excellent.
George.
I have a spoiler.
George.
You're awesome. I've never heard anyone speak that way about not just X-Men, but you're talking about cartoon X-Men.
Yes.
You're talking about beyond what the titles are. Because when you get into X-Men, you get into all that. It's just murky and it's messy. And this cartoon really does do that. You get to see Scott go crazy want to be where's Jean? And you get to see Wolverine, and it is one of the most ridiculous concepts ever, where Wolverine and the X-Men. Why is Wolverine the leader of the X-Men? And the way they kind of.
I have a reason for that. I think this is. I could be probably really wrong.
Who is this girl? Where did she come from?
She's Wolverine.
I really do think that if they were going to add in any kind of politics, any kind of thing involving a government storyline in the X-Men, what they actually did, if you look at it, Xavier blows up, Jean Grey blows up, any overly optimistic character is completely destroyed. Even Cyclops, who is always the sort of knob guy who is always doing the right thing and always doing this, he's completely destroyed because of Jean Grey. You see him after that, and he's sitting in a chair, looking hungover, and shoots the TV screen at the wall.
Like a
and what I
knob.
think that's really important though, because if they did that storyline with all those characters, then you'd have a huge front of people just being completely optimistic, going, no, the government's good, blah blah blah, we need to do this.
Oh no, the cartoon's very down. It's
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, isn't Iceman, Nightcrawler? They're pretty optimistic characters, but they're on the show though.
They are optimistic, but if Nightcrawler is in it, but you'll see what they do with Nightcrawler's character is he's on this ship going to Genosha, and he's actually helping people out, and he decides not to go with the X-Men because he still wants to help those people.
I think the show is much better than the old X-Men cartoon from the 90s that everyone.
Any X-Men.
And
I have a soft spot for that. It's better than Evolution for sure.
But X-Men Evolution was pretty good, I thought. I thought it was better than the first one, but this one's the best.
I didn't like X-Men Evolution.
I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was.
But this one, you know what this one is? This is almost like if you were to read the comic all your life. This is almost like in direct continuity with the comic. And it's awesome.
I think there's a lot of reasons why X-Men had such a huge fan base. And what I really liked about this cartoon was when we were talking about metaphors before, at the beginning of the show, I really liked how it had that deeper context to it. And you didn't see that in any of the cartoons. You saw that slightly. I really admired the second movie when the mother goes, well, haven't you ever tried not being a mutant? Because that brought in, homosexual rights, and I really thought that was great. But with this comic book, I think instead of having it be about homosexuals or having it be about racism, it kind of does this sort of politically oppressed thing, which a lot of people might feel, and I don't know, I think having that be the other is very, very interesting, and it's I don't know, I think it shows different perspectives, and having that there, it's just really refreshing, because you don't really see that in a lot of mainstream adaptations.
From a female perspective, are you attracted to the X-Men, like reading the X-Men in the cartoons because there are predominantly a lot of female characters in the X-Men?
No, I don't mind reading any comic. Like the comic books don't have to have females in it for me to like it. Like I like a lot of Batman.
But X-Men does have,
X-Men
I think, the
does.
largest amount of women as heroes.
Storm, Jean Grey,
Yeah, I mean, and they're the main. Really, they're the main.
Is it like is it a Wolverine thing?
You know what?
I'm kind of more of a Gambit girl. I guess.
I just think that this is actually better than the movies, and it's definitely better than the comics today that are being published. With the X-Men comics are a complete mess right now, and the cartoon is doing a much better job of portraying the themes of X-Men. Just like you say, when they go into Iceman's house and they're like, "Your son is a mutant, get used to it," right?
Yeah.
And they walk. Oh, was it Iceman?
Yeah,
it was Iceman.
Yeah.
What's that say?
It says we're out of time.
Iceman.
My sources say no.
That means we're out of time.
Okay.
We have to wrap it up because they're giving us the wow little lasso thing.
Thanks for coming out, Michelle.
Thank you,
No problem.
Michelle.
Thank you for having me.
Do you say Comic Book Syndicate Assemble?
Comic Book Syndicate assemble.
See you on Droolard.
I think
The same thing.